It's awesome, baby.
The town of Plymouth is now known as the City of Champions. Not only do we have, and here tonight we're going to honor our Class 3A state champion, the Plymouth Pilgrims.
So, without further ado, we're going to get things started off. We want to say special thanks to all you coming in here tonight for the celebration. And we invite you to enjoy the rest of the evening. Got a lot of things in store. Right now, let's turn it over to our band and our cheerleaders for a little celebration. Well, tonight, as we talked about, there's going to be a lot of things. I want to welcome in my color voice this year for the Plymouth Pilgrims. Let's give a nice round of applause for Larry Falstitch. Larry, needless to say, this was a magical year for this year's 3A state champions. What a great ride it's been.
It has just been an unbelievable ride from the first game to the last game, and as I said before we went to Indianapolis, every game the boys were ready, mentally prepared to play, and came out and played, and this is what happens when you use God's gifts to the best of your ability. You come home with a state championship.
You betcha. Right now, let's send it over to our cheerleaders. Girls, take it away. Now, my pleasure to introduce our first guest here to the stand here. We want to welcome in the Honorable Mayor of Plymouth, Mr. Gary Cook.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you very much, Tony, and I want to thank WTCA for broadcasting this live to people that couldn't attend this evening. And also, this is a great moment, and I hope our next championship doesn't have to wait 25 more years. What I'd like to do this evening is recognize our two state champions. The first one being the basketball team, and brought a lot of excitement throughout the year. Certificate of recognition. Plymouth Pilgrims, boys basketball 3A state champions. And boy, does that have a great sound to it. Whereas March 24th, 2007 will go down in history as one of the proudest days in Plymouth High School boys basketball. But that is the day the Pilgrims defeated the Evansville Bossy team 72-61 to win the 2007 3A state tournament. And whereas your fans were given the privilege of being part of a thrilling season of Hoosier hysteria filled with exciting basketball action and victories, capped off with Plymouth's first championship in 25 years. And whereas we honor all team members and coaching staff, including the greatest high school basketball coach in Indiana history, Jack Edison. We recognize them for their sportsmanship, talent, and personal dedication to their team. Now, therefore, I, Gary L. Cook, Mayor of the City of Plymouth, and on behalf of our City Council, Clerk Treasurer, and all our citizens, we hereby extend this token of our affection and admiration with which you are regarded throughout this community. Signed and sealed this 4th day of April, 2007. And now to recognize our other state champions. Certificate of recognition for the Plymouth High School speech and debate team. Whereas, in an exciting and intense display of individual and team unity, the Plymouth High School speech and debate team won the 2007 Indiana High School Forensic Association Class 2A speech tournament, winning it all 10 times in the last 11 years. And whereas this group of young people continue to amaze and inspire our entire community with their incredible success as a result of practice, talent, and experience. And whereas we applaud the achievements of all members and coaches of the Plymouth High School speech and debate team, honoring our own dynasty of academic excellence and the greatest speech team in the state of Indiana. Now, therefore, I, Gary L. Cook, Mayor of the City of Plymouth, and on behalf of our City Council, Clerk Treasurer, and all our citizens, do hereby extend our congratulations on your outstanding season. Signed and sealed the 4th day of April, 2007.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. Okay, it's now my pleasure to introduce Peter Garrett. Peter is a representative from Congressman Joe Donnelly's office, and Peter has a little something he would like to read to us tonight. First, I'd like to take a moment to, the Congressman very much wanted to be here. As we all know, in the state of Indiana, there is nothing quite as sweet as a state title in basketball. So he regrets not being able to be here. On April 16th, upon returning to our nation's capital, Congressman Joe Donnelly will take the floor of the United States House of Representatives to present the following. Mrs. Speaker, today I rise before you to offer a word of congratulations to the Plymouth High School boys basketball team. The Pilgrims were crowned Division 3A Indiana State Basketball Champions on March 24th, 2007 at Indianapolis's Conseco Fieldhouse. Plymouth captured the state title with an exciting 72-61 victory over Evansville's Benjamin Bosse High School. The boys worked tirelessly throughout the season and compiled an overall record of 25-2. This season's efforts bested the team's 2000 finish of state runner-up. This is only the second time in the school's history that the boys basketball team has captured the state title, and this season's triumph marks the 25th anniversary of the school's 1982 championship season. This year's team was led by seniors Jason Renz, Jared Wendell, Chad Clinton, Jacob Palmer, and Byron Falstich. Other members of the team include P.J. Gretter, Randy Davis, Nick Neidlinger, Sam Falstich, Ryan Welch, and Blaine Schaefer, and sophomores Jeremy Renz. Randy Davis and Jared Wendell gave impressive individual performances in the championship game, scoring 28 and 20 points, respectively. Individual honors were also bestowed upon Jason Renz, as he has awarded the prestigious Alan R. Trefter Mental Attitude Award for his distinguished leadership, scholarship, and athletic ability. This team's achievements would not have been possible without the support of a wide variety of coaches and school officials. Head coach Jack Edison, in his 34th season of coaching at Plymouth, and his assistant staff of John Scott, Michael Edison, Joel Grindle, Zach Scott, Tony Plotho, and Tom Eisenbarger
provided the players with guidance both on and off the court. Administrators such as Superintendent Dr. John Hill, Principal Richard Tobias, and Athletics Director Roy Benge must also be recognized for their efforts in support of the team's continued success. Last, but certainly not least, all the Plymouth fans, and in particular the always energetic student body, should be recognized for their enthusiasm and pride in this team. The 2006-2007 Plymouth boys basketball team has secured a place in the storied history of Indiana high school basketball. I offer my heartfelt congratulations to the members of the team, the coaching staff, the school, and the greater Plymouth community on their accomplishments throughout this season. Congressman Donnelly will give that speech on the floor of the United States House of Representatives in a little less than 2 weeks, and it will stay forever on the congressional record of the United States of America.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet one of our champions. To do so, let's welcome in Mr. McKenzie, this year's coach of the 2007 state champions Plymouth speech team.
Let's go, baby. See what we can do. Yeah.
I want to go ahead and call the students out here, all the students that were on the team represents the state. And you guys know you're more important than me, so you line up right across the front here. And some of you people over in the band, come on down, please. This group of students, this group of speakers, this group of competitors had an outstanding season for us. And it was just a joy for our coaching staff to work with them. I know many of you know these individuals, but I would feel horrible if I didn't take a little time to tell you a little bit about the numbers in our program. The nice thing about our team is, first of all, I need to tell you that these aren't all of the representatives that represented Plymouth at state. We had some people that couldn't be here tonight due to job obligations and other programs that they were involved in, both school and community related. But even if they were all here, one of the nice things about the Plymouth program, and this is thanks especially to our community, is we have a large program. 1 out of every 11 students at Plymouth High School competes at speech or debate tournaments during the season. And that's something that I think you as a community, for your support, can be very proud of. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. Thank you. The fun thing about this year, well, there were many fun things, but one of the fun things was 36 representatives are allowed to compete at the sectional tournament. We were the only school in the state of Indiana that advanced all 36 teams to the state finals, and all of them got to compete. Of the approximately 150 to 250 students that start out at the sectional level, the top 49 in each event represent the state tournament itself. 18 of those 49 that are at the state tournament advance. Out of the 36 that we took to state, a state record for this year, 25 of them advanced to the top 18 in their events and represented us at the semifinal level. I would like to take some time to especially introduce or name the individuals who are here, and I'd like the students to take 2 steps forward when I call your name, just so people can recognize who you are individually in case they don't know you. We'll do it kind of quickly. When you're done, step back to the next person. We're going to start with our seniors. First senior I'd like to introduce is Elizabeth Brown. Elizabeth Brown, you can hold your applause till the end, otherwise we might be here all night and Mr. Edison might have to go to bed at midnight or something, and that would be horrible. But we'll hold the applause to the end and we'll get all the individuals introduced. I would like to say a few things about a few individuals. Lizzie was the state champion in international extemp this year, made her not only state champion but first team All-State. Additionally, she was second team All-State in impromptu speaking. David Caldwell. There he is. David represented us in radio this year. Ryan Carlberg. Ryan represented us in both Memorized Duo and Humorous and Terp. Brendan Fox competed in radio for us. Clara Huyen. Clara represented us in two events. She was first team All-State in Dramatic and Terp, or in Original Oratory rather, with a third place finish, and second team All-State at sixth place in Drama. Additionally, Hannah Miller, who represented us in Scripted Duo this year. Heather Perillo, who I don't believe was able to make it tonight, but she represented us in Memorized Duo. Nick Rice, who was not at school today, but he was first team All-State in Original Performance with a second place finish, and sixth in Humorous and Terp for second team All-State. And then last senior that represented us, Matt Tinsley. Matt was first team All-State in United States Extemp with a third place finish. You can go ahead and give our seniors a round of applause because they were great leaders this year. I would like to introduce our juniors at this time. Katie Day is unable to be here tonight, but she represented us in discussion. Sean Flynn, who was sixth place, second team All-State in OI, and has his own fan club. Did at the basketball game when we got last year's state championship rings, too. Doug Gerke, who represented us in both Scripted Duo and Prose Interpretation. Okay, Haley Jaggers. Haley was second team All-State in Scripted Duo with a sixth place finish along with her partner. Andrew Johnson, who was unable to be here this evening, represented us in discussion. Brittany Mills, junior, represented us in poetry. Holly Morris, unable to be here this evening, represented our team in Memorized Duo. Nancy Tyree, junior, represented us in both prose and Scripted Duo, where she won team All-State. And our final junior, Matt Woods, who represented us in both humor and poetry interpretation. Those are our juniors. Our sophomores included Ricky Elm, who represented us in original performance and poetry. Also Declan Fox, second year in a row as a sophomore state champion in United States Extemp, and obviously first team All-State. Tim Gordon, who represented us in the international Extemp. Chad Grewonk, who represented us in original performance. Also, Rebecca Moberly represented Plymouth High School in international extemp and impromptu. John Patrick, she's tutoring. Okay, thank you. John Patrick, who represented us in dramatic and terp. And our final sophomore, I believe, Andy Sanchez, who represented us in Memorized Duo and original performance. And several freshmen also joining us on the state team this year. Shara Hudson in Scripted Duo. Andy Langdon in Memorized Duo. Cam Robertson in Scripted Duo. Katie Schaefer in Radio. John Tyree in Memorized Duo. And Zach Wendt in Memorized Duo. Those are the freshmen. And they won't be able to step forward so that you can notice them, but I would like to also recognize the coaches who, fortunately for me, have been here for many years helping us out. And not only have they been here coaching for many years, but many of them are former team members who've returned to serve the team that they felt served them so well. And so I'd like to recognize Mrs. Charlotte Tyree, Mr. Jeff Huyen, Mrs. Carol Anders, Mrs. Jane Nelson, Ms. Daphne Stapleton, and Ms. Heidi Dixon, along with Mr. Mike Hutnick, who couldn't be here tonight with us this evening. But I'd like to thank them especially for their help. Done with names, and I promised I'd keep this part especially short. But in my 7 years since arriving here in Plymouth High School,
We've been very fortunate to win 6 state championships. Fortunately for me, there was a strong program in place before I ever got here, and we've been able to continue that tradition of success. Even more fortunately for me, as I'm reminded annually by Assistant Superintendent and former speech and debate coach, Mr. Daniel Tyree, and our principal, Mr. Richard Tobias, my job is secure as long as these students continue to win. I guess I don't know what happened in 2005 when we came up a little short. They may have ignored it that year. Seriously, it never gets old. And I'm not talking about winning. I'm talking about working with a group of coaches who care about young adults and developing skills in those people that will serve them for a lifetime. I'm also talking about working with those young adults and watching them find success. A success that comes from working together to achieve a common goal. This year's team, led by the seniors, exhibited 3 very special qualities. First, there was a desire to constantly improve, win or lose, constantly improve, which is nice. Secondly, as a coach who's just a tad bit competitive, a desire to win was also significant for these people, which is even nicer. But most importantly, this group had a desire to go out and have fun together. And it made the year especially which makes everything in our academic activity worthwhile. At this time, I would like to recognize our senior tri-captains. There are a few words that they would like to say here, so if I could call you on over and have you bring the trophy, we'll take care of a presentation.
I just want to I'd like to members who did not for our all long, and that was really I think they deserve some appreciation. Championship is